Welcome to Deliciously Motivated Mindset, hosted by Deborah and Moira. This podcast is designed to help listeners unlock their full potential, both personally and professionally, so they can thrive, not just survive. Deborah and Moira explore how natural tendencies don't always serve individuals and provide insights on how to harness existing strengths. Their goal is to equip listeners with the habits, mindset shifts, and strategies needed for lasting, meaningful change. Finding purpose and fulfillment can be challenging, but this podcast offers expert conversations, practical advice, and valuable tools to help align with a true sense of purpose and create a more fulfilling life. So grab a notebook, open your notes app, and get ready to take in some game-changing insights. Let's dive in.
Welcome, welcome, welcome. Welcome, dear listeners. Welcome, dear Deb.
Hello.
Hello, lovely. Here we are. OMG, this is such a beautiful topic for us to talk about. It's so important right at the beginning of a year to start thinking about inspiring you to stop giving your power away.
Oh.
No, inspiring, not demanding, not criticizing, not telling you off.
Even when you say give your power away, you're like, yeah, we all do. Yeah.
We all do. We all do it. Yep. Let's tell the truth.
Yeah, exactly.
Before we get into unpacking these ideas about helping you stop giving your power away, let's get into some heart coherence. I invite you to put one or both hands over your heart space. Take a nice deep breath, intending that you're breathing in, filling your heart. Breathing that in. And then sigh out of your mouth. Letting go any distractions. Any kind of chatter said, what does she mean? Giving my power away. Breathe in.
Yep.
Landing in, and maybe even just seeing, can you feel your personal power when you breathe in and out of your heart space? Breathing in. And softly and fully breathing out. Feeling the support beneath you, wherever you're standing or sitting, or even if you're lying down, breathing in and setting an intention that you are connecting your energies with my energy, with Deb's energy, with everyone else's energy who's listening to this conversation. But as you connect, honor your power. And breathe in and breathe out. I really encourage you to craft some form or some iteration of doing this type of check-in for yourself. Breathing in and out of your heart space, feeling yourself connected to the earth beneath you, and really coming into your heart's wisdom and doing it often. And now let your breathing go. Find its natural rhythm. And I invite you to grab a note-taking device of your choosing, because we're stepping into a deliciously motivated mindset conversation all about inspiring you to stop giving your power away. Like you said, Deb, we all do it.
Oh, do we what, Elizabeth? Oh, do we what?
We all do that. Give our power away to some degree or another. I think it's the key piece. Actually, here's the first tip is to have awareness that we all do it to some degree or another. And sometimes that's enough to just go, oh, there I go again. Giving our power away, allowing somebody else's opinion to affect how we think or how we speak. It can be as simple and as subtle as that. So just having an awareness. So that is the first tip, is awareness of where does that kind of leaky part come in for you?
Yeah, and I think just even on the top of the awareness one, I was just thinking, sometimes you don't know you're giving your power away until it's afterwards and someone says to me, oh, and someone says to you, me, same thing. And then you're like, oh my God, I did. I literally, yeah, they did.
Yeah, yeah.
And so I think when we talk about that awareness is when if you find out you did give it away, because that can be an icky situation. If you find out you did, then let that shame, guilt, frustration, discombobulation in your brain,
Yep.
let it go.
Yeah.
Because holding on to that, like, I can't believe I did it again. It's the same
Yeah.
boy I do it, or the same girl, or I do it to my family all the time. Every time I do, that whole saga, 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 because that saga, saga, saga is not going to help you, people.
Nope. Nope.
So I think when we go awareness, just let it, I can say let it go. Let the shame, guilt, frustration of actually missing that point
Hmm.
go as well.
Hmm. Do you know, it's this is reminding me of something that you often say when you're talking about celebrating and gratitude.
Mm,
You will often say, have gratitude for what you have, but also have gratitude for what you haven't got.
yeah.
Celebrate the things that you have achieved, but celebrate the things that you need to work on. And so that's what this feels like too, that if you did get into a situation where you gave your power away, maybe that's teaching you something. Maybe
Well,
it's alerting you to something of, oh, hey, I said I wasn't going to do that. So, what did I learn here? What wisdom, what did this show me about me?
mm.
Right?
So celebrate it but you see, whenever you celebrate it, you put it into it doesn't go into an ick state. You
Yeah.
celebrate, it just goes into a that's a bit sounded like a bit evil then, but it
It
comes
did.
it
Cruella
did.
Deville came
Yeah,
in the house here.
it did. I heard it and I went, that's interesting if I'm celebrating and I whip into the evil, which yeah, and then
You know,
Moira's going to start laughing, like Deville. But it is that celebrate, and that just puts a different energy on you. I find,
it does. And so
it's not heavy.
on the heels of that, the celebrate without the evil laugh.
Or throw it in.
Or throw it in if that feels. But I'm thinking of having some curiosity. It's like,
Mm,
so okay, so you let it slip. So, you did let your power get drained away. Have some curiosity. Maybe it's,
yeah.
oh, because right in here is the PEMS check-in.
Oh,
So if
yeah.
you did allow somebody else's agenda to overrule you, or you gave your opinion, or your without claiming your own power, maybe the PEMS check-in. So that's your, how are you doing physically? How are you doing emotionally? How are you doing mentally and spiritually? And it could be that on the physical, maybe you've got some aches and pains. On
Mm,
the emotional, maybe you're feeling a bit sad. On the mental, maybe you've got a lot of to-dos and, oh, woulda, coulda, shoulda, blah, blah, blah. And spiritually, maybe you haven't meditated or just had some solitude. So
mm,
all of these ingredients are going to affect how resilient you are, or how dedicated and committed you are to your own power, being your authentic self. Does that make
yeah,
sense?
yeah, yeah. You're right. And I was just thinking actually as you were talking about that. I'm going to go back to that tip number 2 about that shame and guilt because my words uh, said be nice to yourself.
Mm, yes.
And I just want to throw that back. And I was about to say that. And I went, oh no, that was going to go into shame and guilt. So I just want to do that. Be nice to yourself while you're dealing with this. Like we
Yeah.
say, celebrate. If you don't feel like celebrating, just sit in that for a moment. But just be nice to yourself. Be gentle on yourself. The world is moving around you. Recognize that the world is actually moving for you, even if you can't see it. But when it comes to that, just be nice to yourself for whatever that is.
It's funny that you say that, because I have a client, and it's the recurring conversation that we have, and she laughs at me because she'll tell me all the stuff that's going on, and I'll say, yeah, but where's kindness?
Oh, yeah.
Where's kindness? Because, and it is, to your point, is to be nice to yourself. But the other part is we all deserve kindness.
Mm,
Even
yeah.
if we dropped the ball, or we didn't do something, or we didn't get the job done, or we didn't come through the way we thought we were, you still deserve your own kindness,
Yeah. I
right?
don't think yeah, so I don't believe people are a-holes.
No.
Like when I go to this, so when we give our power away, I don't believe people go, ha ha ha, they did it this way. I mean, there's probably a little bit of that. Let's get this clear. There's probably a little bit of that because I do have a little bit of that, but not, excuse me, fully. So I don't, if we give our power away, it does go back to that kindness. Like I would hate it if you just went, Moira said, Deborah, I'm always doing this. I'm always doing this behind your time frame. I do all of this for you, da da da. I would feel yuck that
Mm,
I've done that to you.
mm,
And that's not, and I don't believe our intention is to be an a-hole to the other person. So
right.
yeah, I did think about that as also be aware of the other person. I mean, it's like giving somebody a job to do and they don't want to do it, and then they tell 20 people that they didn't want to do it, and you're like, well, they said they wanted to do it. How did I know? And I'm sure we've got people like that who do that. They, say they'll do a job and then they begrudgingly do it, and you won't know because they're like, no, they said they want to do it. I thought they wanted to do it, so I gave them the task. I
Hmm.
didn't know that. So just be also aware if you spot this with other people. So this is, giving your power away. Be aware of other people when you ask them to do things as well. So jump back to your awareness, tip number one, awareness, but
Mm.
jump back to that and actually look and I don't know. I don't even know how to sum all that up, Moira. Chat GPT that and sum that up. Thanks. But you know what I mean though, don't you?
Well, I do. So the thing is that the couple of things came to mind as you were saying that is, um, we don't see things as they are. We see things as we are,
Oh, okay. Yeah.
right? And so if we see somebody that are letting the side down, they're not coming through with what they said, and we start getting ticked off about it, there's something going on within us.
Mm,
So there's that part of the perspective, but then the other part of this perspective too is that if somebody is being mean or disrespectful to you, which can actually be a sign of your power being taken away,
yeah.
we are the ones who maybe we need to put a boundary in place. I know we're
Mm.
not, Deb doesn't like that word.
Well, I was going to say boundaries is definitely going to come in here, but boundaries without justification.
Yes.
You don't owe anyone a reason. You only owe yourself a reason would be. But if you're going into that big spiel, but yeah, boundaries without justification.
Right. So the thing is that, and to go back to what you were saying, that people are not a-holes, so they're not doing things to piss you off or
Yeah.
to pull your power, but it can translate that way if
Mm,
you're not being wise to what your energy is, what your requirements are, and what your boundaries are.
mm.
Does that make
Yeah.
it all more confusing, or did that
No,
explain it kind of?
I understand, but if other people don't, well,
Then tell us.
carry on. Yeah, oh yeah. Oh, yeah, she goes, tell us. I'm like, carry on, wait for the next tip then.
So it's because, let's face it, human relationshiping can get a bit crazy making. It can get a bit chaotic
Yeah,
and a bit discombobulated. But it's so important to keep coming back to telling the truth to yourself about yourself. And if
yeah,
somebody takes umbrage about you doing or saying something,
yeah,
then pause and question yourself first. This is how I would do it. If somebody says, "Oh, you did this," or you accused me of that," or whatever, pause for a moment and think, what was it I said? What was the energy that I was coming to this situation in? And recalibrating to, no, this, my intention was love based. It was to
mm,
to problem solve or to be of highest and best service. And so I can maybe repeat it to that person, but they may still not be available.
yeah,
And then it's on them,
yeah,
right? Because giving our power away can come back in about this thing about you just said about the boundaries. When we say, like, let's say somebody wants us to go and do something, and we just, nope, I don't have the bandwidth for it. But then we start saying, oh, this is why, and we make up stories and explanations, and that's another signal that you're giving power away, because you're trying to get them to say, it's okay.
Mm.
I get it. But by being confidently rooted in your own personal power and your own authentic nature and your own divine nature, then whether somebody gets it or not, it's not really your concern.
It's not yours is how to say it, but
Yeah.
yeah.
It's
Yeah.
and this goes back to something that I've often talked about with clients before, is that not everybody's going to like you. Not everybody's going to understand you or get you or see you.
Yeah.
Can you be okay with that? That's a huge piece around giving our power away, because sometimes we will get caught in a trap of giving our power away to someone who just plain out doesn't like us.
Yeah.
Right?
And you may never know why they don't like you, by the
Yeah.
way.
You may not.
It could be because you've got purple hair.
It could be.
It could be because you've got sparkly nails, but it could be that it could be just there's a giggle, but it could be anything. It could be anything, but that's theirs, and I think that's the other thing is that's theirs, not yours, to hold on to. Which
Yes. So that's a beautiful thing of giving your power away, is recognize everybody's on their own path. Everybody's doing the best they can with what they know, with what their worldview is, with what their belief systems is, what their patterning. That's it.
well, that goes back to that: be nice to yourself, but be nice to other people.
Yeah.
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 But also knowing there is four. Oh, hang on, I have to go to my drawer. The four agreements.
4 agreements.
Moira knows them. It's like
I
she's got them
know
embedded
them.
in her brain. The four agreements, and I think this is a great one when we're looking at, inspiring you to stop giving your power away. Live by the four agreements.
Yeah.
Number one, be impeccable with your word. Number two, don't take anything personally. Number three, don't make assumptions. And number four, always do your best. And I think that's I embed these more and more and more into my world when making decisions or anything really. Doesn't mean I've got it sorted, by the way, people. I'm still learning
We're all
and
works in progress,
and
but
we're evolving, but I think the four agreements are a great one in here.
they really are. And so we like to say that just for today. So just for today, you're going to be impeccable with your word. And remember, being impeccable with your word means having kind, nurturing, uplifting, positive thoughts and words internally, as well as the
Yeah,
ones you
not just
use.
not
Not
just to
just
others.
yeah. Your word actually starts as a thought internally. So being impeccable with your word. And then we like to bring your awareness to that, because sometimes these four agreements, they trip off your tongue ever so quickly and easily, but they're big. And I've
Yeah.
said that to people before. Don't take things personally, and they'll just look at me and like, do you know how hard that is? Well, yes, I do. I
Yeah.
do. So
I
I'm just going to
literally
commit for it just for today.
Yes,
Right?
and I think when you do the just for today, you don't have to go for the rest of my life. How am I going to do
Yeah.
that?
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
can't. That's just unrealistic. And they go into that whole tangent. That's like literally, I do a Facebook Live every week, and one of my tips is don't take things personally.
Mm.
And it's just you. I can say it 20 million times, and we do, but it's okay. And I think when you just start small, people. Don't take things personally. If somebody does something, go, oh. And once you start to see it, you're going to have that confirmation bias that, oh, I can live a life and not take things personally. Till it actually comes so much that it's just like drinking water.
Yeah.
Nowhere to get your glass from, nowhere to get your tap from, whatever. It just comes so naturally. But don't take things personally is a funny one. That was one of the ones that I think most people say to me, how do you do that? You just start. You just start. Don't overthink it. Even though I've got a thumbs down on my
Like,
emoji then.
oh.
Exactly. I'm telling the truth, universe. But yeah.
So something just landed for me as we were talking about this and unpacking this idea of a propensity to have an issue about taking things personally. It could actually be a signal to you that you are not being as loving and kind to yourself as you ought to be, right?
Yeah.
Because then you're looking for soothing, for for comfort, for kindness externally, and it has to start within you.
I know.
Right? Because as soon as you've got that solid self-acceptance, self-worth, self-love, then somebody can say, well, you suck. I don't like your purple hair. That's okay.
Yeah, I think yeah. Well, and that's always do your best goes back to that. You know, I think about that and I go, well, if I can say I've done my best with what I've done in my day, that gives me my power back. Now it's not power in an a-hole way. It's just I feel like, okay, yeah, I did do my best. I can understand. I can understand. Yeah. I was thinking when I was thinking about this, I was thinking, trying to reframe this is speaking your truth with confidence would be what I'm going to say. And when I say with confidence, I'm talking about with clarity and calmness and clearly. And you're just going to go back to people when they say, oh, I want you to do this or but you know, I appreciate the offer. I appreciate the offer, but I'd like to focus on a few things I've got in front of me right now. And when you can say things, I appreciate the offer. Like, do you want to come over and do this? Or do you want to do this? Or blah, blah, blah. You know, I appreciate the offer. It's just acknowledging them again. Seen, heard, acknowledged, seeing them, hearing them, acknowledge them. I appreciate that because you do appreciate the offer that they've thought of you.
Mm-hmm.
But I'd like to focus on, and you don't have to say what I'm going to focus on, but I'd like to focus on a few things I've got in front of me right now.
Yeah, or you know, I just have some other priorities at the moment.
Yeah, and no one's going to question what are they? Well, I don't think I'd question what's so more important than me. Well, maybe with my
I know
best friend
some
I would.
people. I know
I
some
probably
people
would
that
go,
might do
what?
that.
Yeah, I might. Moira's like, we can't do it. Why? What are you doing? Why? Why can't we meet up? But I think just saying that you don't have to give a whole explanation to that, and that just shuts that down. Yeah.
But and it's that's the part is the confidence. I remember this reminds me of I might have told this story before on a previous conversation podcast. That I was once at a networking event many years ago, and somebody in the conversation that I was having, they were complaining about clients not paying their bills on time and making this big issue. And somebody turned to me and said, so Moira, what do you do for people who pay late or don't pay? And I said, it's not a problem.
Good. I don't have to deal with that.
Yeah, it doesn't ever happen for me. And then it's kind of like, well, it must happen for you. Well, no, it doesn't, because I'm confident and I know the agreements that I make are always honored. Because and so there's two pieces to that one is I always pay my bills on time, and you work with me, you're going to pay your bills on time too. There's no more talk.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. It is.
That's the confidence. That's all I'm saying is confidence and just informing the universe this is how I roll. This is and it co-creates with you.
Yes.
Right.
It flows. It flows. It flows. I'm just going to throw in trust.
Trust right on the heels of truth. Absolutely.
Right. Truth, trust, truth, trust, truth, trust. If you've listened to us before, truth, trust.
Yep.
But trust that it's on the way, not in the way.
Yep.
Trust that you're going to get through it.
Yeah. And even if you suddenly become aware of, oh gosh, me doing it this way is giving my power away, trust that now that I see it, I can interrupt that pattern. I can do things differently.
Yes, I can stop it at any time.
Yeah.
You don't, once you're on the train, you can still get off the train, people. You don't have to wait for it to stop at the next
100%.
station.
Yeah. And so trust, that helps. That's actually beautifully following on the piece that we were just talking about confidence too. Is I don't have to see the how of something in order to trust myself to know that the clarity will show up, the awareness of what's the right step or the best choice. It will show up as I start moving forward. I don't have to know I don't have to know that the doorway is open before I get up out of my seat and head towards it.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So trust is such a powerful piece of trusting. Yes, guess what? You actually are always in the right place at the right time with the right set of circumstances, the right set of tools and gifts, and it's all right here.
Well, there's no mistake, people, you're listening to this podcast over something else right now.
There. Yes. See, your higher self or your guides or angels or whatever put you here to say, here, this is, you needed these little tidbits or inspirations. Or sometimes you might feel this too. Sometimes you might listen to something and it sort of spins your awareness off into something else, right? Oh, I remember this story, and actually that happens when we have our conversations. These little tidbits land. It's like, oh, that relates to this, and that's such a beautiful way to just sit really present with your personal power and trust. It becomes apparent to you at the exact right time. So getting into your chattering mind is how, when, why. Those are all going to dilute, or they actually could be components of giving your power away in themselves.
Yeah. My head goes, okay, I've got to write that note down. I'm going to do that today. I'm going to add that to my list. I was thinking, when I was thinking what it feels like when you do give your power away, I went to a moment, and I'm going to say the words releasing the need for external approval.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you can feel that? Yeah.
I do. Yes.
Yeah. Because I'm going to say it, we all like to be liked. We don't like people not liking us. I mean, even if we say, no, I don't care if you don't like me, we do. Let's just take it.
Well, we're tribal beings, right? So it's like if we are disassociated by the tribe, then oh my God.
Yeah, exactly. The community extradites us, but just for Moira and I have been extradited from many communities.
That's the truth.
We've done it on our own purposely, and then we've done it from other people doing it to us.
Yep.
But I think I want people to just stop seeking that validation, because it doesn't depend on other people's opinions of us.
Yeah.
Now, I know Moira says other people's opinions are none of my business. It really is. This is really a guidance for you. Now I'm going to say you can be aware, you can see their opinion of you, and you can go, wow, that's interesting. Okay, I'm not going to be an a-hole and go, well, that's wrong. I'm just going to go, okay, that's their opinion, and love them for that. And then we move on. And it is just that, releasing that, letting go to get that external approval.
Yeah.
You're listening to Deliciously Motivated Mindset with Deborah and Moira, here to help listeners unlock their full potential so they can thrive, not just survive. They've shared some very powerful insights so far, so it's time to take a moment to breathe, reflect, and jot down any key takeaways. What's one piece of advice that stands out to apply right away? Before wrapping up, Deborah and Moira would love to hear from everyone. Reach out with thoughts, questions, or feedback, and drop your favorite tip from today's episode. They're inspired to see how listeners are putting these insights into practice. Let's dive back in and finish strong.
I think that to add into that is, rather than get all stuck up on somebody else's opinion or try and explain it or try and talk them out of it, is maybe to just have a wee bit of a sense of humor and go, wow, that's an interesting point of view. That's it.
Yeah, the problem is that comes out my mouth when people say something like, oh, that's interesting you actually said that out loud. Or, wow, you've really thought this through and that's your opinion. Like, and then I'm like, Deborah.
Oh, no. You do this internally. Oh, that's a different way of looking at it.
I'm still learning, people. Just let you know. wow, you really thought that? And wow, yeah. And then I'm like, oh, it's out. How do I do this? Yes, just so you know, I'm human still.
So I have a funny part of that to do is to just, this is what I'm saying, is just develop a sense of humor, because what I will do, and you might see something different happening on my expression, but really what's happening is I can hear that reversing alarm in my head, that beep 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 beep, and
Yeah.
that's Moira backing up out of that space.
People say I either have a complete poker face that they can't read me, and other days they're like, oh, whoa,
Uh-oh.
let's pull up the popcorn and watch Deborah here because her face is giving it away. You either get both. So, I'm human. But yeah, I think when we're looking for that outside validation, that can throw us right off of what's important to us.
And it's another ingredient in what I said earlier about when we're taking things personally. But this is another part
Yeah.
that's kind of connected to that. If we're looking for outside approval, external approval, it says that we're not approving of ourselves.
Yeah.
And so really feel into that, because giving your power away is saying, I will feel okay about myself if you tell me I'm good.
Yeah.
That's not, you lost the
That's
plot. You lost the
that's
plot
yeah.
right there. Because the plot of
It
the
is so.
story is you're perfect as you are.
Yeah.
And even as I say that, because it is funny, I'm like, oh, here's the conversation that comes up in your head when you breathe
I
into that.
know.
Nothing
I
wrong with
know.
me. Oh yes, but remember this?
But don't
Remember that?
forget that story when you were 8 years old, you did this, Deborah. Yep, but I'm not 8 years old, and I'm a completely you still did that. You still did that. Yeah. I think
Yeah. So that's an interesting part too, because that can be us giving our power away to
holding on to
outdated
stories.
stories of where we've been.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so
Yeah.
that's an interesting part too, that if that's coming up,
Yeah.
I
Wow.
encourage you to say, where's that coming from? Who is saying that? Because I can think of things and actually when I've done that in myself,
My
who's saying
head's just
that?
run
It's
a
like,
whole marathon on things going, where'd that come from? Oh, yeah, that's a BS story, and that's da da da. I can
who said that?
run.
But
Yeah.
but there have been so many things that have come up for me, and it's been like my parent, my dad said that, or you know, um, then it's thanks, Dad. Don't need to listen to you. You don't get to take up space in my head anymore,
Yeah.
right?
And I think, yeah, just and so when it comes to recognizing those, yeah, good old dad. When it comes
Mhm.
to recognizing those stories, just acknowledge that. Acknowledge dad.
Mhm.
Acknowledge
Yeah.
the 8-year-old you. Well, clearly not 8-year-old if you weren't 8-year-old, but acknowledge that person of you. Acknowledge those people around. When I say that, you don't have to ring dad up and go, "Thanks for saying that to me at 8 years old." You just go, "Thanks, dad." That's the acknowledgement. Thanks, dad. You don't have to tell dad. You're just telepathically sending to dad.
Well, my
Thanks,
dad
dad.
passed away, so I'm just doing that
Yeah,
in anyway.
you're not gonna pick up the phone and try and ring him.
No.
Yeah. But I mean, just that's it. Just acknowledge that story. Acknowledge the old you and acknowledge the new version of you. And
Hmm.
that just puts that into a beautifulness, and you're no longer that person.
Something that I like to say in this, and this is something that I'll be saying to myself, is that in that process of acknowledging past versions of you, past stories, past um, opinions that maybe got stuck to you, is to always say, yeah, but I'm a work in progress. We all are.
Mm,
Doesn't that
yeah,
feel so much nicer? Because it's kind of like, yeah, no, I don't
it
have to
is.
get caught up in that. I'm a work in progress. I'm doing the best I can with what's going on right in front of me. And
Yeah.
having gratitude for those inner dialogues or those
How are we not?
remembrances. And we did talk about celebrate, but here we'll bring in gratitude here too.
I'm like, what? My whole hands are in the air going, I haven't got that written down. Gratitude.
But do you know what I mean? It's like
Yeah.
having gratitude for all of that comes up. It's like, thank you, thank
Yeah.
you, thank you, thank you, thank you. And that helps us navigate and make choices and really stay present to what is right here,
Yeah.
right? Because
Yeah.
to your point, you are not your 8-year-old self anymore. That's
Yes.
like, thank you for bringing that up to my awareness. That's
Yeah.
just a component, right?
Yeah. It is. Well, even when we're just talking about that, the 8-year-old, um, I wrote down on my little note taking device, take responsibility for your experience.
Mm,
And you can,
definitely.
because we don't want to blame here. We're
No.
not here. We're not here to blame other people. Well, as much as we want to. Um, when we're not, we're we're not here to blame the other people. And so if you can just go, actually, you know what? I missed the bus and I could have planned differently.
Yeah.
And here's how I'll adjust for next time, or here's how I'll tweak it, or what I'll do. So actually, you take responsibility for that, not everyone else. And that alone, that just keeps you, that's one of the biggest ones I find, that changing your vitality when you're not blaming others. And I'm not saying you're blaming yourself. I want to jump back to that. You're
No.
not going, woe was me, or oh, I should have known better, any of that. But when you can take responsibility, your vitality changes, because you're not in the I know my name's Debbie Downer state. Does that, the woe was me
Mm,
place? Because you're actually going, you know what, I did this. I was I got the times wrong. I did this. I can't blame my parents for saying this is the time you need to be there. Like
mm.
I take responsibility. And as soon as you start taking that, that is literally taking your power back. And
Absolutely.
if you can do that at any time,
Yeah.
there's a shift already with that.
Yeah. And it's really beautiful. You know, you've heard me do this before. I love that word responsibility, and I like to break it apart and say responsibility is actually reminding yourself you always, 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 always have the
Mhm.
ability to respond.
Yes.
That's all you're doing is you're saying, this environment, this situation, these people, this opportunity, these opportunities are faded away. I
Yeah.
have the ability to respond.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
it.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's yes. Yeah. Yes. Yes. Yes.
But
Yes.
the,
Yes. Yes.
the other part that I wanted to bring in and about the it kind of came in when we were talking about the gratitude, kind of goes in with the responsibility part too. But it's, if we want to say, oh, my dad said this to that 8-year-old version of me, and get all caught up in that. The thing is having some gratitude for that version of a parent. I'm just using that as an example,
Yeah.
because you don't actually know what was their inner landscape at the time that was being
Yes.
said or done. And
Yes.
so they were doing the best they could with what was presented to them right then. So therefore, they're off the hook, right? It's like, yep, I have that memory. I can just let it go and bring my power back home to me, right?
Yeah.
That was my last wee.
I my last wee tip.
Yeah,
Um, we have to wrap this up. I don't like this. What's going on with my time clocking? Um,
I'm clocking.
my time clocking. Be nice to yourself, Deborah. What's going on?
Yes.
I get too excited and invigorated about our conversations that it all goes. So so let's wrap this up. Inspiring you to stop giving your power away. I give my power away to the time clock. So yeah.
There you go.
Grab your note-taking device, because Maura and I will uh we're gonna go there. We're gonna go there.
Summarize it.
Summarize it. So tip number one we had was awareness. And awareness is, as soon as you spot it, you got it, then we can deal with it. But if you can't see it, then there's a problem. So just again, be aware. Yeah, just
Yeah,
awareness.
just
I
awareness.
just went awareness. That's it. Don't Deborah, don't even try and carry on. That's it.
Yep.
Awareness. Yeah.
The next one, this is when Deb was saying that if you did give your power away and you become aware of it, it's to release any sense of shame or guilt or beating yourself up. This is
Mm.
about this is the first part, and that tip, that be nice to yourself,
Mm.
has woven its way through several of these tips today.
I know.
But that's where you brought it in first, is if you did give your power away, it's okay. It's just an instance of it. Okay.
Mm.
Next. Right?
Yeah. Yeah. Because that ain't going to help your vitality. That ain't going to help your vitality.
No, it ain't.
Nope, 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 nope. The next strategy is celebrate.
Mm-hmm.
Celebrate. Celebrate life. So you're going to celebrate if you do give your power away, you're going to go, oh, yay, I've got something to work on. Here we go. Now I can go down this journey, which if you want something to work on, then contact Debz and Moira.
Yep.
Forgot to weave that one in there. Yep. But you're going to celebrate and celebrate what you have and celebrate what you don't have goes along here. Because when you do give your power away, it's something that you can actually just go, oh, I can see this. This is a beautiful part.
Mm.
Now I can work on this.
Like it.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And I suggested bringing in some curiosity
Oh, I've got
into
that
if
as a
you're
whole
gonna.
nother tip.
Oh, do you? Okay. Well, I'll let you bring that one in, but because the next one I put was the PEMS check-in. And this is
Yeah.
where we said be gentle and kind. And so I was kind of going back to that. If you did
Yeah.
let your power, that give your power to someone or something else, is to just check in. How are you feeling physically, emotionally, mentally, and spiritually? And just really be gentle and kind. You are actually doing the best you can with what your bandwidth is, with what's your capacity at that moment in time.
The PEMS, I just want to go back to the PEMS. The PEMS, I've got a lovely lady I'm working with at the moment, and she's going through some discombobulation or amazing moments. And I talked to her about the PEMS, and she now checks in regularly when she goes to make a decision. She's like, or just because she's going through so much, there's so much going on that she's like, oh, where's my PEMS at rating it?
Yep.
I'm not going to make that decision now because I'm actually pretty angry
Good.
now. And
Yeah,
it's
good for
and
her.
she's done it for the last probably 10 days. She sent me a message the other day, so it must be nearly 2 weeks. And she says her life is different just by using this PEMS. Forgot to tell you, Moira. Yeah, she said her whole life is different because she's just going, well, no, I'm not going to make the decision right now. And her children are saying, you're a much nicer mum.
That's awesome.
I know.
And I know it's so simple
I
yet so powerful.
I think, yeah, and I just wanted to emphasize that because it is so powerful. We just go, do your PEMS, check in, blah, blah, blah. But she says she's now not, and she said it just takes her another quick check of where am I? Where am I physically, emotionally, mentally, and spiritually? No, I'm not going to make that decision. No, I'm not going to say that right now. And it just brings it right back to her heart to go, no, it doesn't feel right. And I love it. She's changing her world. And even the children are saying, you're a much nicer mum.
I
So it
love
hasn't
that.
been 2 weeks yet, but yeah, it's that's it. So when we say, I just want to emphasize when we say these tips, like we just go blase, this PEMS, they're significant. Just even pick one and just hold on to it and run with it and just see how it feels and then incorporate another one. Yeah.
I don't think I ever say blase hymns because
Oh, I don't know.
this
No.
is part of the work that I do with my clients, and all of my clients I would say have regular check-ins throughout their day to actually assess and this is about telling yourself the truth about yourself. Where
Yeah.
are you? And it is a beautiful, beautiful way to maintain a sense of power internally.
I know, but she said it's so easy. And I'm
It
like, I
is.
know, I know it is. Now, when I say blasé, our tips aren't blasé. I'm going to emphasize this. Our tips aren't blasé, but if you just go, oh yeah, PEMS, yeah, I do that, a bit of that, do it more, people. Let that shame and guilt go. Bring in your awareness, like, yeah. But the one I had here was curiosity. And curiosity means you can actually dig in and get curious. What does this represent for me? Wow, they said this to me. What is this? Why am I so triggered by this? Or why am I not bothered by this? Or what? Because we want to be internally checking in on ourselves. So be curious because that's how people evolve. That's how we evolve is curiosity.
Yeah,
And
I like
curiosity
that.
doesn't kill the cat. Isn't
No,
it?
no, that's right. They do say that.
Yeah.
But that actually is a beautiful part to anchor in. My favorite question is, how does this make me feel about me? That is such a
Mm,
beautiful way to evolve and keep that curiosity top of mind. How does this make me feel
yeah.
about me?
Yeah.
Yeah. The next one is a Deb one. She says people are not a-holes.
They are. They are. No, they're not.
So the tip here was that to be aware of the other person, be aware of what they are or are not doing. But but also it's, to me, I think that that's about, somebody might talk to you in a derogatory way or disrespectful way, and it's like that. It's not about you. Don't take it personally,
Mm,
and just recognize not everybody's gonna be on the same wavelength as you.
yeah.
And so just be
Yeah.
aware of that. That's it.
Yeah. Yeah. I think not ALs. Yep, she did write that one down. The next one is boundaries. And I'm warming to that word. I
I
know.
know. It's
I'm
you
warming to
using
that.
that more and more. I think that's
I'm
awesome.
the one who brings it up all
I
the
know.
time. I'm like,
I know.
crikey. I know. But I'm gonna add in this with boundaries. It's boundaries without justification. And my tip I wrote alongside of that is you don't owe anyone a reason.
Yeah, no explanations, because that actually dilutes the worthiness you have of that boundary in its
That's right.
initial setting. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So put them in, but without justification. Yeah. I love that you actually added it dilutes it. Yeah, because it does.
Yeah.
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 And that's a sneaky way of us giving our power away, because it's kind of like it's leaking away without
Yes.
being quite
Well, hey.
obvious.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hey,
Yeah. That's
what
right.
happened
Yeah.
there?
Yeah.
Yeah. The next one we talked about was the four agreements. I love the four agreements.
The four agreements. Yes.
And we really encourage you to just embrace this and do that idea. I love to say that. In fact, that's how come they're so embraced, embodied in me, is because I used to do that. Every morning I would wake up and I'd do a EFT tapping routine, emotion freedom technique, and just basically say out loud, just for today. Just for today, I'm going to be impeccable with my word. Just for today, I'm not taking anything personally. Just for today, I will not make any assumptions. And just for today, I will do my best. And
Yeah.
it became so part of just my energy.
It
And
was easier.
it
Just
was,
for today,
yeah,
to me, it was easier.
yeah. And then I just get to stay very present just for
Mm.
today, just really focusing on just for today.
Yeah,
That's an
it's
important part.
achievable.
Mhm.
Yes. The next one I have is speak your truth with confidence and calmly.
Mhm.
And when I say this, I wrote down, I appreciate the offer, but I'd like to focus on a few things I've got in front of me right now. It's
Yeah.
as simple as that. And you don't have to say, but I'll be free in 3 days, or I'll be free by then, or you don't have to tell them, excuse me, going back to that boundaries without justification, you don't have to tell them what you're focusing on. I appreciate your offer, but I'd like to focus on a few things I've got in front of me right now. Literally, that's all you need to say. And it just shuts that down. And you're probably all going, man, why didn't I think about this tip before Christmas? Well, it's too late. We're past Christmas. We're in the new year. Start just for today.
Just for
Speak your
today.
truth with confidence and calmly.
Yep. And because you can just say, I have other things on my priority list. That's it.
Yeah.
Real simple. Simple is better. The next one we talked about was trust. Trust, 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 trust. So trust that you are in the right place at the right time. Trust that you have got what it takes to get through whatever issue or challenge you may be in. However, the other part that I like to bring your awareness to with trust is that if you have a little internal dialogue going, how is this going to happen? When's it going to happen? Why is not happened yet? Trust.
Why?
I
Yeah.
don't have to see it. It doesn't have to be obvious and right in front of me. But trust says, trust and faith walk together side by side. So having trust says, I have faith that it'll all work out. It'll all show up in the right time as it's supposed to. Right?
Yes.
Yes.
Trust, 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 trust. Crikey.
Trust is an inside job.
Trust is and that's your inner guidance. Yes.
Yes.
The next strategy I have is to release the need for external approval.
Mm-hmm.
Ouch.
Mm-hmm.
Because we do want people to like us. Let's get clear on that. We do. But when we can stop seeking that validation, I actually started writing when we were talking. You free up emotional energy to serve your purpose.
Oh, I like that. Yeah.
Yeah, when you release that, you actually do. You free up that emotional energy to serve your purpose.
Mm.
that just jumps back to releasing that need for external approval.
But this is the other thing, and I had added on to that one that if you do find yourself in that pattern, that you're thinking, oh, I'll accept myself, I'll be okay with myself. If you say, I'm doing the right things, I'm in the right place, I'm wearing the right clothes, then that's actually a signal that you've created that says you're not being loving and kind and accepting to yourself. So you need to give yourself more validation.
Mm,
So I'm just asking you to play with that. That if it
yeah,
does come up, then it's an invitation to step deeper into your own relationship, you with you. Such an important piece.
yeah.
Yes. The next one I have written down here is we talked about the past stories that can kind of come up. And so we talked about acknowledging past stories, past versions of you, and your new versions.
Mm,
Acknowledging, because they're actually all in the now moment. If you think
in the now
of
moment.
in the now moment, that's where we are. And and so it's all things are possible in the now moment. However, we can kind of get caught up in that, oh yeah, but remember when you had this opportunity, 10 years ago, you screwed it up. That's just a
Yeah,
past story. Thanks. Thank you. And I can acknowledge it. That's it.
yeah.
Doesn't have to be your paradigm now.
And I love you said I'm a work in progress.
Yes. Yeah.
Because that just goes, okay, well, I'm a work in progress. Knowing even though you're not perfect right now, you are perfect, but you're a work in progress.
Yep.
Yeah, you're not, but you are. I understand what I mean. Yeah. The next one I have is the G word. D, 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 D,
G
D.
word.
And that is gratitude, gratitude, gratitude. Be grateful for what you have. Be grateful for what you don't have. Be grateful that you gave your power away. Be grateful that you held your power. Be grateful that you got to witness something in your world. But when you're truly grateful, and not just a skim of the surface grateful, when you're truly grateful for what is,
Mhm.
your whole world changes because things open up for you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
most
Yeah.
definitely. The next one, actually, this is the last one I have. I'm not sure if I might have missed one, but this is responsibility. One of my
Yeah,
favorite
that's
words. So take responsibility for your experience. No blaming other people. Um, and why I love that word responsible is that I like to break it into reminding you, you always, always, always have the ability to respond. That's got such power in it itself.
I
Is
know.
Doesn't it? Everything that happens, I always have the ability to respond. And even, you know, there's a quote that says that if you have a decision to make or a choice to make, sitting there and not making it is still actually making a choice,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So you've got to take responsibility. It's like no, saying yes or no, or not doing anything, they're all choices, they're all decisions. You are responsible. You're responsible to yourself for yourself. And it's a beautiful thing.
Yes.
Empowering.
Did you hear that one, listeners? That was the last one I had. Perfect. Now we will end with a yogi tea bag and then I'm going to end with one last part. So I actually just pulled a yogi tea bag, but I pulled a whole one that I haven't even opened yet.
Aha.
So I'd
So
have no. So after this, I'm going to drink the tea that this is. But Moira, do you want to do one of your ones and then I'll pull my one? Because I'm just going to open my yogi tea bag now.
all
Because
right.
my beautiful friend Moira sent me a
I
parcel.
sent her
With,
yogi tea bags of
she
herself.
got sick of my yogi tea bags. Oh, oh, oh. Okay, yeah. What's your one?
So and you're gonna like this because it's the G word. Gratitude leads to love.
Oh,
Isn't that beautiful?
that's it.
Gratitude leads to love. That's it.
That's beautiful.
Yeah.
Yeah. Um. Oh, of course. Wow.
Oh,
Oh, I got goosies with my one. When your inner and outer worlds harmonize, your relationships do too.
I like that one.
Inspiring you to stop giving your power away. When your inner and outer worlds harmonize, your relationships do too.
Beautiful. That's a beautiful one to
Oh,
wrap
that's a
this up.
That's a doozy. That's a goodie. And then I get to have my Egyptian licorice tea that I'm going to have with my freaking cool mug after this. That's
She got a
another
care
story.
package sent to her.
I did get a care package and I burst into tears and cried. It was just beautiful, beautiful. So wrapping up our deliciously motivated mindset conversation, I'm going to ask you, are you choosing life intentionally or running on autopilot?
Mm,
And this is for me because at the moment I have been running on autopilot just a little bit. So it's just a little bit of a pivot back. So, what's the one aligned action that you're going to take today to step closer to the life you desire?
beautiful.
What's your one inspired, aligned action you're going to take today to step closer to the life you desire?
And let us know.
Ooh.
Let us know.
Yeah. And then let us know because we love to know this stuff. That
Yeah.
is our deliciously motivated mindset conversation with Debz and Moira on inspiring you to stop giving your power away. What a great start to a new year.
It's beautiful. Oh, I love this.
I love that this has landed first thing in the new year.
Definitely.
Yeah, I know. Thank you, listeners. Thank you, Moira. Thank you, Internet. Thank you, my note-taking device, which is my pencil, that it worked. Thank you, because we are here to help you, inspire you, keep you functioning in this world of inspiring you to stop giving your power away.
In this beautiful, epic new year that we're in.
I know.
Thank you. Thank you, listeners. Thank you, dear Deb.
Thank you. Thank you. Bring on 2026, people. Bring it on.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Much love. Talk to you.
Yes.
Talk to you soon. Next time.
Thanks.
Bye.
Bye.
Thank you for tuning into Deliciously Motivated Mindset with Deborah and Moira, where the mission is to help listeners unlock their full potential and thrive, not just survive. As the episode comes to a close, they trust you've gained some powerful insights. If you haven't already, take a moment to reflect on one key takeaway that you'll apply right away. Before we wrap things up, Deborah and Moira would love to hear from you. Reach out with thoughts, questions, or feedback and drop your favorite tip from today's episode. They're inspired to see how you're putting your insights into action. Thanks for listening, and remember to keep thriving.